In the first instance from Pacheco.
Oh, and it's found a way in. She tried to be clever. All the way down the other end. Here's play on for Everton.
A little bit too high. She's always going to play on to the whistle. It's a brilliant ball through to her from Hasegawa. And she's got an ability to just slow the play down. She plays at her own rhythm, and you can hear the cheers as well. They're almost cheering every blocked cross like a goal, and that's what you need to do.
The Barclays Women's Super League is back, and we have a fantastic show on the way with all the best bits of week 12 in the English top tier. So, let's get stuck in. 10 league wins in a row have propelled Manchester City into pole position for the title as we start 2026. This weekend they faced Everton, having won 17 of their previous 19 Women's Super League games against the Toffees. Could the Manchester City machine keep on rolling? Or could the Merseysiders frustrate their opponents as they did in this fixture last season when they came from behind to secure a point?
Manchester City against Everton, and we are off and underway. A big game at both ends of the WSL. The leaders, Manchester City, looking to extend their 6-point lead at the top, and Everton, having caused that upset by putting a stop to Chelsea's unbeaten run, they're looking to do the same this afternoon. Rose, all the way back to Yamashita, who has got a new look, I think. Blonde hair for her over Christmas. Greenwood. City have got the added threat of Viviana Miedemar there as well for Everton to contest with today. Here's Kasparai.
That's exactly it. I'm sure plenty was spoken of Bunny Shaw in the pre-match meeting, but you can't exactly double up on her because then it does leave plenty of space for one of the best Super League players ever in Miedemar.
Vignola. Fernandez. Out to Mace. Bunny Shaw looking to extend that remarkable run she has against Everton. Six times she's scored more, or had a game more, is Viviana Miedemar with 7, and that was against Reading. City have both of those players in their ranks. Wheeler. Kane. Hayashi. Payne doing well to wiggle around Miedemar.
Really positive play this, really good start from Everton, and Sorensen was right that if they're going to get anything out of this game, they have to weather this opening 20 to 30 minutes.
Well, a good chance there. Vignola lurking at the far post.
Already controlling the tempo really well here, Everton, taking the sting out of this home tie for City.
Playing out from the back though, it's risky business from Brosnan. Pacheco. Kasparai capitalises on that loose touch. And out to Greenwood. Hemp. Sends a low-looking cross in. Straight to a black shirt, though.
It wasn't a bad ball across. You'd have expected Shaw to at least get across the front of Fernandez, the centre-back. So far, they just haven't got their press to click, Manchester City. So often we see them almost suffocating teams and winning it back with ease, but Everton are being really brave on the ball, showing good technical ability.
Vignola does well there. It's nice. Can't keep a hold of that from Benkilda Brown though. Back with Rose and Yamashita. City looking to extend their lead at the top end of the table today. They've won 10 WSL games in a row. Their best is 12, and that was under Gareth Taylor back in the 2020-21 season. But a formidable force this year. Here's Miedemar and Hemp. Cuts it back, Miedemar. And blocked well by Mace.
Oh, you can hear the crowd excited whenever the ball is at the feet of Viviane Miedema. Puts herself between the ball and the opponent, draws a foul. Again, the ball is with Everton. It's interesting to see how they've set up, actually. So often we're used to seeing them with the back four, and when they have got the ball building from Brosnan, that's what they are. But often they're asking Onea Vignola on the ball there and Homegaard on the opposite side to track the wing back, so they almost become a back five.
Vignola, nice play from Everton here, and just slightly overshot for Van Hool. Yeah, Brian Sorensen, manager of Everton, said there's not going to be a major turnover in this January transfer window for them. They're fully focused on an extremely hard game today, so he does know the threat that City holds.
Yeah, and bringing in loads of signings isn't the be-all and end-all and the answer to everything. Actually, what Everton need right now is a bit of consistency. Knuckle down with the players that they've got, build on the performances they've put in so far.
Greenwood sent in, injured in the process. An experienced player. She'll get back up. Pacheco. Injuries have hit both these sides. Everton without their regular defenders, Ishikawa and Katagawa today. And for Manchester City, no Fagino. Forced off against Aston Villa in December. Rose. Kasparov. Carolyn. Well, you can hear, I think that's Brian Sorensen on the touchline.
I think it is, and they're responding to it really well. Actually, it's not just cheerleading from the Everton manager, it's really specific instruction with the press, and they've got it again.
Lovely ball from Vignola. Payne just caught offside though.
Used to seeing her play as an out-and-out winger, Tony Payne, but she's occupying the number 9 position, and she's not offside. It's a wonderful ball with the outside of the boot. Should have been play on. It's a poor decision.
Get us back underway. Courtney Brosnan also one of the players coming back from injury for Everton. She's only played 6 games this year for them. 1 clean sheet, and that did come against Chelsea. Rose. Kilda Brown. It's out by Hayashi. Kasparov, lurch onto the end of it. Crossed in, here's Shaw, free shot for Shaw, it's blocked well. Hemp. Greenwood sent in, and a shot from Shaw is saved well by Brosnan.
Wow, what a bit of play. And opportunities for Bunny Shaw. In the first instance, it's a brilliant block by Ruby Mace, but the second phase, Hemp does really well to get it back under. The delivery from Greenwood is always going to come in. And you think if she didn't score the first, this one's inevitably going to end up in the back of the net. But look at that from Brosnan. She was brilliant. His defence's absences in mind, but actually I think it's to combat City's fullbacks, and they're doing it really well. Vignola getting back, helping Pacheco.
Niedermark doing really well to find some room, chested down by Shaw. Home guard. Hayashi. Fernandez. Pacheco driving forwards. Vignola wants to find the run of pain, I think, but a bit of miscommunication there.
Actually, it'd be great if we could see that same work rate echoed up the other end when it heads up to Schnoy. She is a little bit isolated, unlike she was in the opening 5 minutes.
Carolyn, nice ball to find Kasparai. Across the face of goal, punched out again. Still not clear for Everton. Well, a let-off for the visitors.
Oh, they say goalkeepers are a special breed. I don't know how she's smiling after this challenge, because I thought it was terrifying seeing the oncoming Bunny Shaw come in and challenge that, but no complaints from her or from Everton. It is the first time, however, we've seen Kasparai get in behind Vignola. That's on the bench today. I haven't heard anything regarding an injury or a knock, and there has been plenty of talk about her being hot property across Europe for lots of teams on the lookout for a striker, particularly in France. I think PSG have been sniffing around, and it's with good reason, because she is really an important focal point for this Everton team. They look different when she's on the pitch than when she's not on the pitch. So a couple of these balls in behind, through balls, and maybe just expecting her type of movement, but it's not there today. We need to look up and find each other's feet.
Carolyn dancing around Pacheco there into the box, goes for the strike herself, and it's found a way all the way into the back of the net. Well, it was heavily deflected, I think, on the way in.
And we spoke about her ability on the ball. Unlike anybody else in Sky Blue, she can do this. She is not phased at all that there's not 1, 2, but 3 Everton players in and around her. She backs her trickery, she backs her skills. And it's really gutting from an Everton perspective, because actually Fernandez gets across really well, and Brosnan has been brilliant so far in the opening half an hour or so. It's a little bit fortunate. She shows him the eye. She's just trying to put it into a dangerous area, I think, actually, Carolyn. But there's an inevitability about Manchester City. You just know it's not a matter of if they're going to score, it's just when. Rightly offensively as well. Just faded off a little bit, but I think that is why they're sitting pretty at the top of the table, Manchester City. There's never a haste, there's never a panic, there's never a frustration. They stick to what they do best, they keep the ball moving, and they know they'll create chances.
She is again, Carolyn. Looking for a second, Hemp. Another block from Mace. Pacheco. Looks for Payne. Kasparai misses it. Tony Payne now in. Options infield. He's got Kanak to contest with. Gets to the byline, pulls it back. Straight to Yamashita.
She's got a free roll across the front line for Everton today. Kasparai, not like her to make a mistake, but she gets on the end of it, and you think the move has come to an end here. Kanak does enough, but speed in which she gets up, but there's absolutely nobody in it.
Rose. Kasparai back with the goal scorer, Carolyn. Sagawa. Nice 1-2 with Kasparai, blocked by Pacheco. Manchester City corner.
Right channels Manchester City, so Hasegawa has drifted across.
As you can see, in Manchester, Greenwood again with a delivery at the far post, headed by Shaw. And I thought on the rebound maybe Hemp could have put that in.
Excellent challenge again, wasn't it, from Martina Fernandez? Table for granted at all.
And you've got to, especially against an Everton side that put that stop to Chelsea's unbeaten run. Risky play here, though, from Everton out the back to manage to clear it upfield. Payne. Dancing feet from Tony Payne, does really well. Got support left and right, goes all the way, crosses it in. Pacheco, what a goal that would have been.
Excellent stuff, wasn't it, from Tony Payne to hit the home team on the break, because there's plenty of bodies. Mas Pacheco occupying the two centre-backs, but does really well to get any type of delivery in, and it's
a rare corner in this game. Pacheco, the near post. Oh, and it's found a way in. Well, Fernandez thinks she scored. I don't think that's going to count.
Oh, what a shame. I'd like to see this one again. I think a foul has been called on the goalkeeper, Yamashita, who's still down and asking for treatment, but it was delivered with wicked pace, right on top of the goalkeeper, which is always difficult. It's Mace that's in front of her. Oh, I'm not sure there's much in that, to be honest. You often see it go the way of the goalkeeper, but Mace gets in front here, backs into her a little bit. That's not a foul. For me, that's not a foul. You can hear the boos ringing across the Joy Stadium. I think they can feel really hard done by there, Everton.
Right. And now this.
Now, Ruby Mace has got the right to go down as well if she feels the contact from Yamashita behind. It's just inevitable. Form came into play. They have been the most impressive in terms of the stats in the first half of all teams in the league this year. Nobody has scored more goals in the first half or conceded less than Manchester City. But Everton have more than held their own, and when they have got bodies forward, when they have managed to break through on transition, as we saw.
Hemp. Nice deep ball down the flank to find Miedemar. Just Greenwood. Hasegawa. City just slowing it down slightly, trying to work a way into this Everton back line. Greenwood sends it in, header by Shaw, and another good save from Brosnan on the line.
No, it just must be so nice for Manchester City, because you know at any given moment you can swing the ball in, low, high, from the left or the right, or will get herself on the end of it.
Hemp. To find the head of Shaw. It's Kasparai in the end, but wasn't quite tall enough.
Pacheco did well, actually. She didn't challenge for the header, but she just positioned her body to make it as difficult as possible for Kasparai to connect with the cross. And they're really knocking on the door now, Man City.
2 minutes of added time to go. Hemp. Greenwood, slight hesitation. But they're still well in control. This time Greenwood, Shaw. And she just a bit of the goal that's not occupied by Brosnan.
No, and that's credit to Brosnan's positioning as well, of course. She's not ever losing sight of the ball, always central.
An experienced goalkeeper, formerly of West Ham. Kasparai.
If there's any room for that in her belly today, playing against her former team, because she has been formidable so far.
Well, this you'd think would be the last action of this half. Shaw. Defended well by Everton, and it will be. And at the break, it's Manchester City who are in control. They lead Everton by a goal to nil. Carolyn, the goal scorer, heavily deflected on the way. And so at the break between these two sides, it's Manchester City 1, Everton 0.
Yeah, I think so, because Manchester City have been very threatening down that right-hand side. I haven't seen officially who's gone off, but it looks to be a like-for-like change with Maz Pacheco at left-back. For Hannah Blundell, as we said, huge amount of experience in this league. Won trophies with both Manchester United and with Chelsea, of course. Hoping to stifle the momentum that Manchester City did build towards the end of that first half down that right-hand side.
It is Maz Pacheco who has returned to the bench for Hannah Blundell to make her debut. Pacheco still recovering from an ankle injury, so Sorensen just managing her time. And Everton playing well in the first half. A lot of defending they had to do, but they did keep Manchester City quiet. What do you think, Nia, they've got to do, or what do you think that Brian Sorensen would have said at half-time?
I think they need to continue doing what they're doing from a defensive standpoint, not giving Manchester City time or space when they do receive the ball deep into their defensive half. But also when they do get the ball back, which they work really hard to do, they need to commit bodies up there. I know it's tough mentally and physically to make that sprint, not knowing if it's ever going to pay off, but they need to do that if they want to get back into it, Everton.
They've got some more defending to do here. Greenwood into Miedemar. Out to Blinkilda Brown. Kasparai. Nice play across their back line. Hasegawa. Rose. Shaw, nice run from her, tries to cut it back, and the header from Hemp is over.
Excellent defending, I think, right underneath her own crossbar by home guard. It's a clever run across the front, not where we're used to seeing Bunny Shaw. Usually she's the one diving in, trying to get it poked goal bound, but actually it takes a little nick off Ruby Mace, which makes it really tricky. Just does enough, home guard, to put off Hemp without giving a... Yeah, and there's no doubt that a lot of that is down to the presence that Bunny Shaw possesses. They know that they can swing it in, and she's going to cause all sorts of problems for teams. That's not a luxury that a lot of the top teams in the WSL have, is somebody that's that threatening in the air, which is maybe why we don't see as many crosses from some of the other teams. But again, I think that's testament to how Juglitz has had an effect on this team. It's not just all about keeping the ball on the floor and maintaining possession. He cares about scoring goals, and even if you love defending your own box, there comes a time where actually it gets a bit tiresome. You might miss connect with one of the crosses coming in, and there's an opportunity for Bunny Shaw.
Tony Payne finding herself in some good positions for Everton. Not enough support up there with her though. Kilda Brown. Carolyn. Nice overlapping run from Kasparai, sends it in. Over everyone though.
Yes, unlike her, usually her end product, Kasparai, is excellent.
She's won many player of the matches too this season, Kasparai. Really important player. Sometimes takes the captain's armband too.
I think they managed to get out from Courtney Brosnan really well, Everton. They're able to move on and off the ball, find the right angles under a huge amount of pressure. But then it's the next phase of how they then link to their forward players that tends to fall down. I think Manchester City know that. That's why they're not pressing all guns blazing to try and win it back as high up. They almost know that, okay, we'll concede the first couple of phases because they'll cough it back up eventually. Maybe the next bit that Sorensen needs to work on with his team going into the second part of the season.
Here is Kasparai. Oh, lovely ball to find Shaw. Shaw still with it. Almost on the end of that loose ball.
Shaw really calm from the defender at the end, but it's a wicked ball through. Good, clever run in behind Ruby Mace, who chosen to step out. First mistake she's made.
Run all the way through. Kanak. Payne able to take that. His home guard. Payne. Not enough on.
Does Tony Payne, but didn't do enough to create enough space for the angle to deliver the ball. It's a shame the move came to nothing in the end.
Kilda Brown, Miedemar. Carolyn. Shaw into Hemp. The battle with Mace, she does get it across, Shaw's header. And again, Brosnan is in the way.
Hemp, she gets a couple of nibbles on her by Ruby Mace. It's a fascinating battle going on down that side. And just look at the movement of Bunny Shaw. She's got no right
experience. She's only 22 years old, but hoping to break into the England team too. A promising midfielder, defender is Kilda Brown. Hemp. It's ball to find Shaw. An outreached leg from Shaw is not enough.
And again, it's the overlap. They're dropping off a little bit too deep now, I think, Everton. Really inviting the pressure from Manchester City. She's got plenty of time.
Blundell. Spots the run of Holmgard. Some room now. Cuts it back straight away, and Kanak's foot is in the way. Blocks Tony Payne.
It's a really good switch of play to begin with. A shame she couldn't deliver that first time ball Holmgard between the City backline and the goalkeeper.
Hemp wriggles away through. Hemp over the bar.
Wow, what a turn. But she turned into trouble to begin with. Checks her shoulder, lovely bit of skill. Ruby Mace just been a little bit too eager in the opening 20 minutes of this second half to get in and close people down. It's not a bad effort.
And Kilda Brown doing well there. Through to Bunny Shaw, who's in the box. Carolyn is. Bit of flair from the Brazilian there. Hemp out to Shaw. And a low-powered shot. I think Brosnan was calling for the offside flag.
Eglert's making moves for his substitutions as well.
And it's quality for quality for Manchester City. Grace Clinton coming on in a few moments' time. Here's Wheeler trying to escape the presence of Bunny Shaw. Hayashi and Mace. You've got to give Everton credit for the defending that they have been doing in this game. Keeping it at just 1-0, and maybe should have had an equaliser in the first half. They've played well. City again on the prowl. Here's Shaw. Nice dink ball into Miedemar. Miedemar! Inevitable! Viviana Miedemar doubles Manchester City's lead. City 0.
Well, inevitable was the word that you used, and I'd have to agree. They have been really good for large spells, Everton. They've taken pride in their defensive actions, but the quality of how their defensive players connect with their attacking players just hasn't been there, and City have known that. They've won it back time and time again in midfield, and they totally drop off Bunny Shaw. They probably think, thank goodness the striker is far away from goal. But as we've said, when one comes short, there's always somebody in sky blue running in behind, and it's delicious little chip pass through. And once she brings it down with expert control on her chest, there's only one outcome.
Viviana Miedemar once again on the score sheet for Manchester City. Brilliant control. A brilliant finish. Past Brosnan in goal, and that was her last action of the game. She scored just in time, because she will be coming off for Grace Clinton. What a player Viviana Miedemar is.
Quite literally, the gloves are off now for Manchester City, I think.
Who's going to make her way on for Everton? Well, I thought that Kitagawa for Everton had an injury. She's obviously recovered in time to play the last half an hour.
It's just a shame, really, that Sorensen waited for them to go 2-0 down before making those changes. I think it's something that we've spoken about him doing before, maybe could afford to be a little bit more proactive in making those offensive changes when the game is still a little bit more within reach.
Hayashi. Fernandez. Kitagawa dispossessed by Carolyn. Blundell sends it forward. Nice ball to Mamiki. Fresh legs for her. Through to Gago. This is nice play from Everton. Who's in the box? Blundell through the legs of City and Mamiki there. And Clinton uses her strength to run away with it. Here is Carolyn, end to end. Carolyn, short, She's got a free shot, sure. Good block from Brosnan. Made herself big, denying Bunny Shaw once again.
Terrific move from Everton. I think on her heels a little bit, Kelly Gargo, but right up the other end in the space of 3 passes. How quick is Brosnan out to smother Bunny Shaw? Takes her time, the Jamaican forward. Good strike off both feet from distance. But in the mood and the form that Courtney Brosnan's in, it's going to have to be something special.
Fernandez.
And these are the areas that I think they are really clever, Manchester City. They're not too humble to drop off a little bit and just lure Everton into trouble. And it's in these sort of areas that Everton have struggled. Absolutely fine getting it out from the back, using the goalkeeper. And undoubtedly, no Champions League football to contend with midweek. Extra load on the players, slight distraction away from the league. Certainly is helping Manchester City, but just the balance that they have, the form that the players are in, the impact the manager's had in adding his own style onto the top of Gareth Taylor's work that he did when he was here as well. It's just all coming together at the right time for them.
Gago on the counter for Everton. What can she do? Gets past Greenwood and falls down. And a yellow card is produced.
Oh, what a bit of skill that was. And I think Greenwood actually, she's tapping on Gago.
Another player that has been injured. Returned to training recently. Hemp out to Carolyn. Already got a goal to her name today. Out to Mamiki.
That's a vital recovery one from Kitagawa to get back. Just take the space away from Carolyn. She could have taken the shot on early. Edges the pass.
Galley, and this is her first appearance this season. Returning to the fields, only made 2 appearances last year too. Here's Gago, Mamiki, Blundell, Blundell! Well, it would have been debut delight for Hannah Blundell.
Whereas again, you're expecting Gago to pull the trigger, but she makes a great decision in feeding it across to Mamiki, who passes on the favour to Blundell. Needs to probably go low and across the goalkeeper, but credit to Yamashita.
Well, I will be asking you for your Barclays Player of the Match, Nia Jones, in a few moments' time, but I think there's quite a few today that could take that spot, and a few in Everton's squad.
Yeah, certainly. I think shout out to Courtney Brosnan, as we've mentioned, very busy in the first half in particular, 4 big saves that she had to make, but just how she's relieved the pressure from plenty of crosses that City have put in, plenty of corners. She's been really brave in coming out and either claiming them or punching them away from danger. Ruby Mace against her former team, I think is an exciting one for Lionesses fans to keep their eye on. Has represented the youth teams and went to Leicester City prior to Everton for game time due to her ambition.
Here's Payne, Gago's in the box this time. The strength of Jade Rose. And for Andre Yeglert that we saw there, this is his first time in the WSL, his first year with Manchester City. Lovely ball through, the offside flag stays down for now. Here's Bunny Shaw. Oh, she tried to be clever. Punches the ground in frustration.
She's always going to play on to the whistle. It's a brilliant ball through to her from Hasegawa. And she's got an ability to just slow the play down. She plays at her own rhythm, and that's why she's so good, Bunny Shaw. But she almost realises too late when he's ready for the next one. She doesn't sulk for long. It might look like she is off camera, but she knows another one is coming soon and she'll be ready.
A goal in the last game, 4 against Aston Villa before that, 2 against Leicester City. It just doesn't stop for Bunny Shaw.
And I think that's where City differ from other clubs as well, who have the luxury of a lot of top quality players, is Bunny Shaw maybe in another team under another manager would get taken off more often. She's gone 70 minutes, had plenty of chances and not scored. They might give somebody else an opportunity, but Jeglerts often leaves her on. She's great for her confidence and great for her stats as well.
Nice off-lay this time. Here's Hemp. Greenwood's inside. Greenwood! Another brilliant save from Brosnan, but take nothing away from Greenwood. What a...
She's been brilliant, actually, Alex Greenwood. Usually we've seen her trying to provide for her teammates so far today, but chooses to just join in. Sees her England teammate Lauren Hemp on the ball. It's a wicked effort.
Taken short. Hemp. Crosses it across the face of goal, headed by Kanak. Mamiki sees it out. Payne, lovely spin, lovely turn from Tony Payne. And just can't find the quality in her pass to make anything of it. And Kilda Brown, but this time in the WSL, so a big calendar, couple of fixtures coming up to this Everton side just before the break. Carolyn. Greenwood points forward into Hemp, makes the overrun too. Carolyn. Clinton. Kasparai.
Yeah, as you said, I think it's been more of a solid team performance from Manchester City. I think Hemp has grown into it really well. Carolyn, of course, got that all-important first goal. But actually, I'm going to go for a player who's just returned from injury, which will be a huge, huge boost to their title chase, Manchester City, and it's Alex Greenwood. I think her movement in the first half, 6 big chances created, the quality of her deliveries. She's today's Barclays Player of the Match.
Kilda Brown looking for the run of Bunny Shaw there, still on the attack, Manchester City. And Alex Greenwood, the Barclays Player of the Match. A player back from injury, as Nia said, England international. Fantastic player. And we were discussing actually before the game, Greenwood is playing in the left-back position for Manchester City. For England, sometimes plays in the centre-back role. Where do you think she fits best?
I think in this City team, I think it's great that they've got the option of both. I think, given what I said before the game, in that sometimes they look a little bit ropey in the centre-back position, she could definitely add a bit of stability there, but since a kid, since joining Everton at 6, she's pretty much been a left-back. She's really comfortable there, and in this team, it gives her licence to really get forward. And with the amount of crosses that they like to put in for the likes of Miedemar and Shaw, she's a perfect fit at left-back.
And they did miss her when she was injured, but she's back for the second half. Greenwood, 2 minutes, only 2 for City to see this out, you'd think. Here is Clinton. Shaw. Carolyn weaving her way round in the box. Hemp sets herself up. Hemp just over the bar.
Really nicely for Hemp. Not a bad ball across in the first instance. There's not much backlift on this effort. There's no pace for her to work with on the ball either. It's almost a bit of a chipped effort. If it was going to... Again, getting her back to full fitness towards the business end of the season. Really positive for Manchester City.
And it's not going to lob Brosnan today with the form that she's been in. Gago and Rose. Gago comes out the best. Chips it back to Payne. Mamiki was there lurking at the back. And City desperate to keep a clean sheet. Defend well.
Yeah, you can see what she's trying to do, just get a little glancing header across. She knew her teammate was all alone. It's tidied up nicely by Clinton in the end.
Carolyn driving in still, looking for a third City. Clinton squeezed out by the black shirts of Everton. And Kilda Brown. Shaw chests it down. And again, who is it? It's Ruby Mace.
Death taxes and Ruby Mace blocking shots.
Carolyn still with it. Whoa, what a strike.
I think she's heard that I haven't given her player of the match, that individually she can spark a game into life. With Hemp on one side, her on the other, for Gino when she's fit as well. Wow, they're the team to beat.
Well, that was the last action, and Manchester City continue their dominant run this season. They've beaten Everton by 2-0. Carolyn opening it up in the first half. Took a deflection on the way in by Fernandez, but beating Brosnan in the end. And then the second inevitable from Vivianne Miedema, doubling Manchester City's lead. So they continue their 3-point hunt. Another 3 points today against an Everton side that defended well. Resolute performance from the visitors today, and a special shout out to Courtney Brosnan, who played exceptionally well. And another actually to Ruby Mace. Brilliant defending from the visitors today, and at full time at the Joy Stadium, it's Manchester City 2, Everton 0. So Manchester City take all 3 points at the Joy Stadium at home against an Everton side that recently beat another top team in Chelsea just a few weeks ago, and hugs all round at full time, but when they're on the pitch, a fierce battle between these two.
Yeah, absolutely, and there were spells where Everton looked really good, you know, especially at the start of the game. Started really brightly, and that's what Sorensen said he wanted his team to do. Start really well, take the sting out of it. First game back after Christmas, everybody's keen to start off the calendar year with a win, but just faded away from them. But that's what I like about Manchester City. They're never hasty, they never force things, they never look overly frustrated. There's an inevitability about them and a calmness about them that he exudes as well as the new manager.
So he carries on his almost 100% record, lost on the opening day to Chelsea. But a formidable run, and this player here, Carolyn, Brazilian international, superb today, opening the scoring for them. And we can have a look at